going on, world? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, and before I get started with this review of Rhoa, I need y'all to subscribe to my channel. Why? Because I'm that dude that adopts similar connections despite our differences, no matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, or Asian, gay, straight, male, female, dwarf, or giant. I don't care. It's all about adopting similar connections despite our differences, and the similar connection that I want to adopt with your ass is Rhoa. Now, I don't know what episode this is. I think it's episode 4 or 5. I don't know. I just, whatever. Okay, but we're here with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Minus one broad that ain't nobody's wife and ain't gonna be nobody's wife, not unless she convinces this African dude to knock her up one. I don't know, but maybe the African dude is like Akon and believes in polygamy and wants to have 15 wives. Is Kenya gonna be down with that? I mean, she'll finally be married and have the credit that she's supposed to have being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Anyways, we start this show off with her. And I'm thinking to myself, why are we starting this show off with the actress? Why? She annoys me, and we already know this. There's no need to show her, and we already know this. But then again, I kind of realized that the only reason why they have her on the show is because the other girls are really starting to get along. And this show will not be anything, the show would be one-dimensional if all the chicks got along. I mean, yeah. Look at Basketball Wives of, what, Miami? What's it called? Miami, that show with Evelyn and all of them. They all got along. And then they threw in the other basketball chick to have drama with, Susie's ass. But if that's your only play in this, it's not gonna last long. And we didn't even get a fucking reunion from them broads. So enough about that. Kenya invites Kandi to some circus the lay. I know I said that wrong, bitches. Wannabe, okay? She's up in the air. Her fat, thick, steak looking ass is just plastered on my screen, and I'm like, the only thought that came to my mind is like, I wonder if she's hairless. That's the only thought that came to my mind. But I couldn't for the life of me figure Kandi walking in at that perfect moment when her ass is faced up in the air, assed up in the air. I know it was a cut. Okay, action, Kandi, come in the shot, come in the shot. Keep that pose. Can you keep that pose? I wasn't here for that. I wasn't here for the stagery of it all. It's like I gotta make up words for this Kenya moment of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if you guys are wondering why I got on flaps, bitch, it was the coldest fucking day this year, okay, in New York, okay, cold. So I'm representing the winter, and now we're about to get a storm, and I'm not really in the mood for this. I'm really not, but we'll see how this works out. But anyway, Kandi comes in, and she's like, girl, what is this? Did I have to pay to get in here? What is this? You know? I'm like, is Pink about to come out and perform? Or at least that's what I'm thinking, right? Kenya, going with the wind, her fucking going with the wind fabulous quote. Okay. Anyways, Kandi asks Kenya about the whole Apollo texting thing, and I'm thinking to myself, this ain't got nothing to do with Kandi. Like, I love Kandi. Kandi is one of the realest chicks on there, but this ain't got a goddamn thing to do with Kandi. So I'm like, Kandi, why aren't you asking her about Todd? Oh wait, no, that was Apollo. And that is Phaedra's husband. Okay, why are you concerned about Kenya and Apollo? Why? Especially when they're not even they're not even around you. Like, Phaedra's not there, Apollo's not there, it's just you and Kenya, and you want to bring up Phaedra and Apollo situation with Kenya? That didn't make no, that's the first time Kandi did not make no fucking sense to me. I'm like, you need to mind your business because it has nothing to do with you. Like, this is how shit gets started, right? This is how shit gets started. And then Kenya's like, oh, nothing happened. But I'm like, bitch, you was alive because you said that shit at the fucking reunion that you like, come on, like, read in between the lines, right? You made it seem like that. Come on now. You even said it. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it, Kenya. It makes no fucking sense. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. We get past that because they was reading texts and reading the text. I'm like, Candy, stop. Like, that's terrible. Phaedra should be the one reading them fucking texts, not Candy's ass. I couldn't understand that. It puzzled me. Okay? Am I the only one? Can y'all adopt this similar connection? Cynthia, after her surgery, you know, Cynthia had the fibroid thing surgery. She feeling better. That's beautiful. Nene visits her. Candy calls in and says that, you know, I want to get Portia together and let's get the girls together to celebrate for Portia. So that, you know, Portia's going through dramatic issues. You know what I'm saying? And all the while, I'm thinking to myself, I do not want this to be an Evelyn Lozada and Chad Ochocinco shit. Like, that's all Evelyn can talk about. Like, does Portia not have anything else going on in her life but this abrupt divorce? Like, it pains me when women, okay, and I'm gonna adopt this similar connection with y'all broads. Although I'm a dude, I'm gonna adopt a similar connection with the females because, despite our differences, because men do it just the same. We cry and cry and cry about a relationship situation that's not working out, and we let it define us. Like, we let it be who we are in our existence. This marriage was Portia's existence, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Like, she's on Instagram promoting her new naked hair line, and she's dating now or in a dating scene or whatever. But I'm thinking to myself, Portia, use this moment to create your own identity, because we already saw last season that you didn't have one. Now you're even prolonging that view of us thinking that you just don't have one. Be it that you're living at home with your moms. Like, I couldn't understand when Portia went to go visit Iyanla Vanzant. I'm sorry. What was her name? Dr. Blake. I'm like, come on, son. This is not Dr. Blake Fix My Life. Like, get this chick off my screen. It's too much. Because we already saw her last season. And I'm thinking to myself, Portia, stop. Like, talk about, let Dr. Blake talk to your ass, your 32-year-old ass, about living at home with your mama. That's what Dr. Blake, Iyanla, that's what she needs to be talking to you for. Move past that. Nene visits Kenya. Nene visits Kenya in the ghetto. She get out her car, she like, I'm in the ghetto. She looked good. Nene looked good coming out that car. I would have banged. That's how good Nene was looking with that little swoop that came over the eye. And then you didn't see the gold line on the scalp. But that swoop, Nene was looking good. It was funny how she didn't want to hit the knocker on the door, but when she went into the door and saw this hotel that Kenya was staying in, the shit did not look like the ordinary stuff that we see from these women of housewives. These housewives of Atlanta was not the regular residents that we see. But Nene was funny. She walked in talking about, ooh, girl, what is this, bitch? Ooh, okay, all right. She was mad at the fact that they had a white refrigerator. My refrigerator is not white. It's actually black with chrome. But we're not talking about me. But she was talking about the white refrigerator. The shit was funny. Nene is a clown, and I like her post commentary. We get to Portia and the girls meet up. And you know what? For once, I actually was happy to see these girls all getting along. Candy getting along with Nene. Nene getting along with Phaedra. Candy, Cynthia, Portia, everybody getting along. But it aggravated me to listen to Phaedra talking about how her sister couldn't come over the house, how she had to ask to borrow money, how like the restraints and the limitations that she had in her relationship. That's not a fucking marriage. Like, I'm sorry, there's nobody on the face of this earth that if I'm in love with them or I'm married to them, they're gonna tell me what to do and when to go and how to pee and how to take a shit. Like, they're not gonna do that. So I was feeling for her in that instance, but I immediately got pissed because I'm like, once again, you're defining yourself by your past. by this man who controlled you. That was your definition. And her keeping the last name, Stewart, that I can understand you want to hold on to that marriage, but hold on to it if it was something worth holding on to. That was nothing worth holding on to, for the simple way that the fact that he treated you like trash. Like, come on, like that's not. Okay. We get past that. And then the only other thing that I want to talk about is, Candy meets up with Phaedra and talks to Phaedra about her talking to Kenya. And Phaedra's like, I'm tired of that. I don't want to hear about it no more. Whatever. I'm over it. I don't really understand, like, the whole going back and forth, Candy, with you talking to her and then going like word of mouth that he said, she said. We too grown for that. We too old for that. Like, come on. Like, I don't know if y'all feel me, but we too old for that. Let's not do that. But then Phaedra goes and talks to Apollo. This was actually, although they were having kind of like a heated discussion, this was the first time where I actually can see why or how Apollo fell for Phaedra, because Phaedra is not a sugar mama, but Phaedra is that top dog that's running home. Like, and Apollo gravitated towards that and loved that. I just got all of that from that heated little conversation that they was having in that Applebee's with that waitress trying to get her 10 minutes of fame. But it was funny how Apollo was like, I'm a grown man. You're not going to tell me who I'm going to speak to and who I'm not going to speak to. I was like, okay. He better go ahead and act this out for television, because something just tells me that Phaedra is running the house. But something also tells me that there's love behind it, because Apollo was wanting for some attention from his wife. And that was refreshing to see, because I really couldn't picture Apollo with Phaedra, if I had to be honest. And I would not be surprised if shit hit the fan and it was discovered that he was doing something elsewhere. I would not be surprised. But like I said, it kind of, the conversation that they had in Applebee's kind of reiterated the love. It kind of showcased the love that was there. And I don't know if I'm the only one that saw it that way, but maybe I am. This particular episode was it was interestingly long, too long to say the least, but I can't wait for Portia to get over this dude, and I can't wait until Portia speaks about something else besides Cordell. Like, I just, I love that all the girls get along, but I'm curious to see where the drama is going to start, because it doesn't seem like drama is going to come up. Yeah, with Todd and Candy and Mama Joyce, or with Phaedra, Apollo, and Kenya. I don't know. Wherever the drama comes at, I'm just waiting for it, because it's going to make for good TV. I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network. Be sure to like this video, click that thumbs up button. That's free to do. Subscribe. That's free to do. And share this video with everybody, goddammit. We need to get more views up on this, and I'm trying to get to 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and subscribing. Thank y'all so much for watching my regular vids. I love y'all. I comment back and forth with y'all. I like the commenting system on YouTube. It's hot. So let's keep that going. Alright? Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Aconnectiontv. Later.